everybody. Woo. Man, there are a lot of people here. It's pretty cool. How's everybody's weekend starting? You like SpongeBob? That's what I like to hear. All right. Mic volume's a bit low. Turn off song. Interesting. Give me a second. Something like this is a little bit better. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit more. Somewhere around there, maybe. How's that? Better? I don't know what it is about YouTube, but like when I stream on Twitch, it's not really a issue. But I've done 2 YouTube streams, and the mic's been a little low every time, so hopefully that's a little bit better. Cool. Is it good, or is it just a little better? Perfect? All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So I actually, it's a funny story. When I was recording for the last episode, I ended up making this, but I didn't put it in the episode because I figured it'd be better for the parking lot type stuff. So we have a little toll booth area for people to pay for parking. We're going to have to figure out where that goes, and then this stream is going to be pretty much dedicated to building a parking lot, which is going to be fun, I guess. It's going to be pretty tedious, but we're going to try to get through it, and hopefully you guys being here will help a little bit. So, the first thing we're going to want to do is probably flatten some of this, because we can pretty much work all the way back to here. I didn't really want to push all of the dirt back to there, but we have a lot of room to work with here. So let's try to get some opening here. We're gonna need somewhat of a big lane for cars to work through. Put the booth next to the bus stop. That's not a terrible idea. Maybe like, we'll see. Hold on. Oop. The terrain when you're working with this much terrain is a little finicky sometimes. It's not instantaneous, I guess, which is expected, but it's a little weird. So hopefully we get to work back here. The one thing that frustrates me about the terrain tool, though, is the smoothing tool. It doesn't work as good as City Skylines smoothing tool, I've found, which gets annoying, but wow. There's just like an overhung cliffside now. That's cool. All right. So my thought was to have this kind of like over here, or actually we could probably do it closer to this. Eventually I need to make another thing here for people to spawn into. Not really sure what to do with that. I was thinking some sort of like welcome center or something. And then obviously I talked about this in the episode, but we're going to put another bathroom maybe like here or here. And we'll get a couple more people spawning on that side. So it's going to be really cool. And when it's finally done, I think I'm going to close the park and then reopen the park and watch all the people come from the different directions and go into the park. Alright, but I'm trying to figure this out in my head. So this is kind of weird. So we have, let me get to the terrain here. We have this road for the buses to come out, which will go this way. We need a way for cars to come out of here. So there's going to have to be a road this way, like an exit road for cars that come this way and then eventually merge up with this one. And then we're going to need a way for cars to get in here. So we're going to have to put another road this way, which is going to be wider, a couple lanes. And then the rest is all over here. We're just going to have parking. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough parking to, like, realistically kind of, you know, figure for this park. But I guess we could do more parking over here. But I don't think we're going to have to, like, care that much. I mean, I'm sure the parking lot could go all the way back to here. Like this way. We could always expand the borders a little bit more, because I think we have a little bit more play over here. Maybe not, actually. We can only go to here. That's interesting. So we could do a parking lot over to, like, here. It's going to be a really weird parking lot, too. It's not going to be square, which is going to be interesting for us to figure out. The road, though, at some point is going to go all the way down here and then go this way and disappear into, like, a tunnel. And that's how we're going to kind of make it look like there's a road coming and it's going away to somewhere. It's kind of weird that the theme park has, like, nothing around it. It's kind of, like, idealistic, but I guess we're okay with that. But it'd be kind of cool to have a map with, like, a city around it or something, you know? So there's more, like, actual spaces for people to show up. How am I? I am doing good today. It's a little early for me. Usually I sleep in on the weekends. I mean, it is 11:30, 11:40 now, but usually I sleep in, but it's all good. We're getting our time back, aren't we? Tomorrow night, we get to get an extra hour of sleep, so that's all gonna be sweet. Anyway, the toll booth is gonna be somewhere like this. It's very compact. I love how compact the theme park is. Oh, yeah. It is pretty cool. It's not as sprawling, but, I mean, we do have a lot more to go. Like, we have some areas over here. I think we could fit probably, like, 2 or 3 more coasters. Definitely 2, maybe 3, and it's a stretch. We might be able to get 4. Although, if we're counting a kiddie coaster, we could totally get 4 coasters in there. But alright, so I think what we're going to do is smooth the rest of this terrain down a little bit over here. And then start laying out some of this stuff. I guess we'll start with the roads. I guess if we bump this up a little bit, it'd be helpful. It's pretty important for me to start, like, with a flat area. Am I in California? Who's in California? I'm definitely not in Canada. I have been to Canada, though, and it is pretty nice up there. Should put arrows and one-way signs for the road? Yeah, we should do something like that. Especially for this bus depot, because this is a one-way going this way. We do have some road signs. Like, I put this one here. It's not a crosswalk sign, per se, but it is an alert sign, I guess. They don't really have a crosswalk sign. I do wonder if they have, like, a stop sign, though. That would be really nice to have, but I don't know if they have it. No. They have a couple, like, arrow signs and some cliff signs and a U-turn sign, a couple explosion signs. It doesn't look like they have a stop sign, which is weird. They have a speed limit sign and an arrow sign. So some of these arrow signs will be pretty good, but it's really strange that they don't have a stop sign. Why wouldn't they have a stop sign? That's weird. Anyway. Alright. Let's start laying out some of this road over here. I'm thinking we're going to put some, like, guardrails up, because I think we do actually have some guardrail type fences Even though they're not technically guardrails, we can make them look kind of like guardrails. So we're also going to want to put maybe a car down for scale. Let's do that first. And I believe we should probably start working off of like a building. So let's try to work off of this building. Alright, we need a car. Just in the scenery. And we're gonna want the cars that don't flip around, because that'd be really funny. But we should, oh, there's got police cars and stuff. That's cool. Alright, actually, for the welcome center thing over here, we could maybe make that like a taxi stop or something. Could be interesting. Alright, so car for scale. Actually have a lot more room than I thought over here, which is good. You could do your own stop sign. That is a good point. We could do that. With the art blocks and stuff. Maybe it doesn't say stop, but maybe it's just a octagon. So this goes this way. It'd be interesting to have like 2 lanes coming that way. And then maybe like a median. And then a couple lanes going this way. Alright, so we actually, yeah, we have a lot of room over here, which is really cool. It is nice that it's a little bit open though now. So let us look into that fence system, I was thinking. Which is where? Where are the fences? There they are. So we have these right here, which look a lot like a guardrail. So we're going to make them into a guardrail. Making these gray. Oh. Guess they should be the same color, gray. And then these could be just wood color, whichever, something like that, I guess. So yeah, those look like a guardrail, and then from afar they'll look a lot better. So I kind of want these to almost line this way, maybe. Something like this. Mostly because this is going to be like a quote-unquote road. And people at this point will be going full speed, I guess, down here. Make a stone or brick wall around the mountain overlooking the parking lot. That could be kind of cool. And yeah, once we get this laid out, hopefully we'll be able to just copy and paste it over. Because this is the fun, tedious work that we have to do in Planet Coaster. Over by the car park for the spawner, you could put a restaurant building, diner, instead of a bathroom. That actually could be a decent idea. Although, I guess if you're looking at it from like a real theme park type thing, or a real amusement park, they pretty much want people to go into the park. Because when you think about it, like, this parking lot is property of the park, right? So they're going to want to get people into the park to eat. Not give them options outside of the park? Alright. You know what the fun part of this whole thing's gonna be? Lining the street with art blocks. Which is gonna be fun. I probably should have done that at the same time as that, but whatever. Alright. So that is cool. We are going to need those art blocks, so let's try to look for them now. This is the large rectangle. Is this line too much? Oh, what happened? Paul with the donation? 302? Thank you, Paul. I guess, you know what, this is going to be okay. I was worried about this line being a little too thick, but I think for the sake of not having to put a bunch of smaller art blocks down there. So let me check something real quick. Okay. Or Poff, not Paul. Alright. Let us get this line out here. Any curving road's going to be kind of annoying. But I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. And again, this is outside of the park. It's not going to have to be, like, perfect, but we are going to want it believable. So this little area over here, there's going to be an intersection because we have this bus area. Also, the one thing I was thinking over here is for the entrance, we're going to need a separate bus area because buses, I think, are too tall to go through here. Maybe? I'll grab a bus and bring it over. Yeah, slightly too tall. So we'd want to have like a separate bus toll area. Also, I would guess most buses, if they're coming to the park, wouldn't have to pay for parking. They'd like organize that in advance, so they'd have some sort of pass. So I think for the dashed lines, we're just going to use this. And then, of course, we want to make the lanes wide enough to be believable, but not super wide like George Costanza or Kramer from Seinfeld's super lanes, but somewhere like that I think would be good. And then getting the spacing, getting the spacing is going to be fun. I'm almost considering just doing this. If I can... If these go at the same... Okay, yes. Sometimes the arrow, like, you'll slide something and it's not on a straight line, which is really strange, but sometimes that happens. But this time it seems to have worked out correctly for us here. Now the question is, can I get all of these and still duplicate this in a straight line, or no? Looks like yes, which is cool. And then we'll just go through and delete every, like, alternating one of these to create our lines on the road. So let's do that now. It's like every other one. go. See how easy that becomes. One thing I will say is we need one more here. About there. Got our road going. And then we'll duplicate that other line over. Yeah, I think only 2 lanes coming out, maybe 3 lanes coming in, or maybe this can start the parking over here, and then we'll just have more parking over here. And the one thing that I do want to do for this is get, you know how in like huge parking lots like this, you'll have little parking indicators, like they'll label it so you'll be parked in like row A, or it'll be on like a street light or something. I kind of want to do something like that as well. It's on a post or on a street lamp or something. That's another thing we got to do is lighting. I think if we get to that today, it'll be cool, but if not, maybe we'll do that in another live stream at some point. Because I think you can spend hours on just lighting. Did I not grab? No, I did. This just isn't flat over here. So yeah, we got to be very careful about flattening all this terrain. Yeah, it could be a problem. Like, as careful as I've tried to be, there are still areas that are just not as flat as the rest of them. Which I think I could have done this better. Like, if I were to go back and redo this project from the start, I would totally flatten all of this area out and then paint it, and then use this tool and flatten it again. Like, you just saw how I just flattened that and all that painted terrain went away. You can do that to check where things aren't flat anymore. But I don't necessarily think we need to do that now. Maybe we should. Could you put potholes in the road? I don't know about potholes, but we could do utility covers. Because we do have that. I think we put one in the park, actually, over here at one point. Yeah, right here. We could put these in the road, which is actually a really good idea because that'll make it look so much more realistic over here. Potholes are very annoying, though. Yes, I agree. They're the worst. Because then you gotta try to, like, not drive over them. They're not very good for your car. Actually, now that I think about this, we could probably just duplicate this entire thing over. So there is going to be a little bit of a median in between this. Something like that would probably work. We'll line it with trees or signs, maybe? We could do a couple billboards here. That's a good idea. Because then you'll have like advertising for the park as you're driving up here. I do want to get just this if I can. I cannot believe I actually just got all those. That is interesting. I did get that car, unfortunately, but it's fine. We grabbed, I think, one extra line here, but actually that isn't a bad thing. Alright, so we're just going to try to eyeball this for equidistance. Which it looks about right there. Maybe a little more. Oh, there is a line already there. So, actually, okay, that worked out really well for us. I would like to bring it back, however. And then, of course, we gotta bring it this way, trying to match that line up with that other line that we already had down there. So that's there. We also want to put one over here. So the parking lots for like something like a theme park are kind of open-ended, I think. So really, when we get down to it, in terms of like controlling the traffic flow of things, we're gonna basically just be trying to guide traffic with the parking spaces, which is gonna be fun, I guess. Let's delete that one and delete that one. There we go. So this car is no longer a thing. These are here. These, I don't know how we got so many cars going on over here, but it's fine. So yeah, the traffic here is going to get funneled down into 2 lanes going that way, which actually might not be a good idea. I don't know. I'm not going to worry so much about traffic control and like congestion and stuff, because it's not City Skylines. People are actually never going to be driving on these roads. All right. We're actually going to need to lay down our mulch again over there, which is fine. What's a median? The median is the in-between right here. Like, basically you have two directions of traffic, and the median is the grass or planter or whatever that's in between it, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. There are so many little parts to a road that, like, you can get wrong. Like, I don't know what a berm is. What's a berm? And actually, you know what? Maybe we don't have enough space between the guardrails here. Owners of amusement parks should hire me. I thought about, like, I wonder, not saying, like, I want to do this, but, like, I guess it would be cool, but I wonder if, like, anybody could ever get a job based on designing a roller coaster in a game. Like, I know you have to be, like, an actual certified engineer to design real roller coasters, but I wonder if a company's ever, like, watched somebody in a game and been like, you know what, this is a great idea. This guy's got some ideas. I wonder if we could talk to them about becoming a roller coaster designer. I also know that job is, like, so specialized that the people who are highly qualified can't even get those jobs, so I doubt that would even happen. But, like, I got a job making a mod for Skyrim. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's also, like, raw talent and, like, applicable skills to their... He probably got, like, a game dev job, which is basically what modding is. You're actually developing a game mechanic around a game. But, I mean, just going off of, like, hey, this guy builds virtual roller coasters really nice, let's give him a job. I don't know, that might be a little bit of a stretch. For some reason, I always want to, like, click and drag a box and then move my camera and have the origin of the box stay where I put it on the map, but it doesn't do that, and it makes me sad sometimes. I would like to give the shoulder a little bit more room here. That's better. Then, of course, we need to get this. That actually worked. I'm surprised that worked, but that's a little bit more breathing room here. That's pretty nice. Who inspired me to build? What, just like on YouTube or like this park? No meeting I've ever seen is that big. The plan is to maybe put some advertising billboards in the median here. So We're gonna want enough room for that, but I agree it is probably a little too big here. Currently. Alright, this looks good. I like that spacing a little bit more than what we have. So what I think I'm actually gonna do is delete this all together. And just duplicate this over, but I think I wanna... Actually, what am I doing? I could just do this. Oh, there it is. There it is. So it's probably a little more on this side. So scoot that a touch that way, but not too much. Something probably more like that. That'll probably be good. A bike lane. Cedar Flags is bike lane accessible. Alright, so actually, if we're going to be putting ads in here... If we're going to be putting billboards in here, let's see what we have to work with. Screens... Could do these massive ones, but that's a little too much. I'm thinking just smaller... Not those... But maybe like that? 'Cause that's probably too big. There we go, something like this. We'll have to build some sort of system for this. Hi from Brazil? Oh. Wow. Everybody's showing up today. It's awesome. How's it going? So I think actually these would probably be turned this way. Or maybe we just don't do this all together. I'm not really sure yet. I'm not sold on this idea. Those are massive compared to the cars. They're a little bit too big, I think, at this point. Do I like roller coasters in real life? I do. I like riding them. Now, I will say that people who are like super into roller coasters can tell you everything about them. I'm not like a super big enthusiast, but I do enjoy rolling around on them, or riding them, I guess. How did we end up losing one of these? I'm not really sure, but there's that. All right. Anyway, this is gonna come over to here. I wasn't necessarily planning on putting down like lines over on the bus side of things, but I don't know if it's gonna look weird not having lines there. A hybrid. Everybody wants to build a hybrid. I actually had a comment way early on that said something about turning Alpine Spirit into a hybrid later on, like RMCing it. That would be really cool, but I don't know if that's possible. I guess it is possible. I don't know what else we would do, because that layout's pretty tightly knit over there. Actually, we could probably expand it this way or something. Yeah, well, that's always a possibility. That would be really cool, though. That's a really, really interesting idea. It'd be a super interesting challenge, too. Alright, I'm thinking over here... Maybe we don't put guardrails up. Maybe this is just open, because I think... maybe not. I was thinking that potentially you could open these gates and have people exit this way, because a lot of times at these parks it closes at, you know, one time. So you'd have a mass exit of people a lot of times. Actually, this could probably come this way. So, yeah, I mean, you could open more lanes out, but I guess we wouldn't really necessarily need that. Come this way. And I'm considering if I want to make this turn or if I just want to make this straight and then run this way with this road. Why can't I swing my camera right now? That's really weird. This game has been doing some weird stuff to me lately. I don't know if anybody else, like, gets this, but sometimes if I hit spacebar to unpause the game, it won't work. And then if I hit T to change the camera, it won't work. Until I, like, click into, like, some tool or something, and then I can do it. But it's like it's like the game thinks I'm in a menu, but I'm not. It's really, really, really weird. I don't know if I can even really explain what's happening. I think over here we're not gonna necessarily put like these bushes in. We might do the taller bushes just to line this up, like out with some sort of nature work. But I really don't want to do another line of bushes over here. And one of the main reasons I've been doing that is to, like, divide between the mulch and the asphalt, like, visually. But I think actually just having the asphalt end onto some mulch is fairly realistic. I don't even know if mulch is the right way to go down, or go with this over here. Could've probably just done some grass or something. Can I make a mine train? I watched a video of somebody I don't even remember who I was watching, but he had a mine train and it was really cool. Like, it's definitely more of a scenery based ride. Like, it wasn't, you don't go super fast with them, but you just, like, wind them through a mountain or wind it through some scenery, and it was really awesome. I'm thinking, highly considering that. Again, the one thing about coaster enthusiasts, and I'm sorry, like, if I'm gonna offend anybody, but they're a little elitist sometimes, you know? Like, if you make a mine train that goes too fast, they'd be like, mine trains don't really go that fast in real life, so this is terrible. And you're like, come on, man, I'm just playing a game. That's just something I've noticed, but it's pretty funny. Like, I've had people criticize, because Gravity Mod is a dive coaster, and they're like, those aren't the inversions that are on an actual dive coaster. And I'm like, come on, man. I'm just going with the flow. Okay, I don't know if my mouse is dying, but my middle click sometimes is not working, which could be the game or it could be my mouse, and I'd be really sad if it's the mouse. This is just me, or is one of those lanes bigger than the other one? Dash lines are not in the center. They should be fairly centered. It might be because of the placement of the cars, but let's double check it real quick. So if I grab this and that and I go this way, you are correct by that much, which is a really good eye. Oop. Let's try to fix that real quick. I have to push down my middle mouse so hard right now to get the camera to work, and it's super frustrating. Holy. Alright. Oh, actually, you know what? We should... You're welcome, thank you. We should grab both of these at the same time. Hopefully we got them all. Which means we're going to want to delete this one and then re-copy it over. Something like that. Alright. Ending this guardrail is going to be interesting. Because in real life, guardrails end by curling like this way, or they'll end straight into the ground. Which, if we do this, it's not going to look good. Actually, it might not look that bad. I mean, it's not the best. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the best, but I think from a distance that wouldn't look so bad. But the weird thing is that those pillars are off, like they're not centered now. How's the FPS? It's not bad, but I'm not playing the game right now. Like if I run the game, it gets really bad. But for just building, it's not that bad. So, I'm thinking... maybe if we hide that last post a little bit. Am I in year 1? Oh, I guess technically. I think that's because of, I kicked it over to the scenario editor. And when you do that, it resets the year. Has to, because before, I think we were definitely not year 1. You could probably go back and check out the episodes and figure that out. I'd actually be curious to see when we ended. Like, it would be the last Summit Runner building video. I think we could just end these like this. I mean, I don't think it's the most realistic thing, but it's gonna be okay, I think, from a distance. Again, this is like outside the park, and after we build all this, we're probably never gonna come over here ever again. So we'll just be admiring it from a distance, and I think from a distance this looks okay, at least. So the tricky part is trying to get another... okay, we need... I wish you could, like, mirror pieces in this game. I should have probably used the angle snap, actually, now that I think about it, but... little less... something more like that. There we go. That's probably it. So there we go. And then I'm very much leaning toward putting some parking back here. And this will be like the main access road to get into the parking area. Which means we're going to want to continue our guardrail like this way a little bit, I think. Maybe? Why do I have to, like, almost break my computer or break my mouse right now to get this to work. I don't know what's happening. It's really strange. Alright, I guess we'll try to get the curve going over here. This is gonna be fun. This is definitely gonna be fun. Actually, let's use the angle snap. It's probably gonna be better for us, I think. And we'll just turn it down. Something like this. See, it's a matter of how detailed we want to get. And we can always adjust this as well at some point. Something like this. See, this is probably turning too much. Maybe not actually. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. So yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll probably end up curving the guardrail this way too. And then we're gonna have to, actually I'm thinking, I don't know. I was thinking having the bus kind of merge into a third lane going out. So we'd have like 3 lanes of traffic going out. But I don't think that's necessarily... like realistic? Well, maybe it is. I don't really know. But anyway, trying to get this to line up is going to be fun, but we'll get there, I hope. So we're going to need to just curve these at the same rate, I would guess, and not lower them into the ground so much, but... Looks so cool with gravity mod in the background. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. Just like this road's gonna be really cool to drive on because you're just gonna have. That's like the coolest part of gravity mod too, is this first drop into this like twisted pretzel-y type area. Again, technical terms, but. I'm not sure what those are exactly called, or what kind of drop we have over there, but, you know. Then again, I'm not that super coaster enthusiast. Too bad the cars aren't animated yet. It's kind of weird, because, like, they do have animated cars, and you can have them drive, but they only drive so far, so it's like... It'd be really strange having a car just like go back and forth on this road. It'd look really weird. It'd be kind of funny, but... Alright, I'm thinking this is probably too tight in here. So what we're going to want to do is probably... bring this out before we turn it, I would guess. I'm not a road guy. I'm not a road construction type guy. How would this work? Well, that said, I have been thinking about getting back into City Skylines lately. which I know a lot of people on my channel would love to see, but I don't want to start another series without finishing this one. Speaking of series, I also need to get back into Tropico, because I had that going and then I kind of dropped that, but I need to get back into that one too. El Presidente was taking a break. Alright, I want to make sure that we have the same spacing over here. Who likes Roblox? I've never played Roblox. I've actually had some people tell me that there are game modes in Roblox that I would probably enjoy, but I just never got into it. What time will I end this live stream? I do not know. I guess we'll just kind of go until we find a natural ending point. I don't really have a set schedule for today, so last time I streamed and I was doing this, we were on for 4 hours, which was absurd, but it was pretty cool. Alright, actually, I don't know how I'm gonna do this either. We're just gonna kind of throw this in here and hope for the best, I guess. If we put one there. I think this game is acting up. Like, I think that's the reason I can't turn the camera sometimes. It's just been doing some really weird stuff in the past couple weeks, and I don't really understand why. Okay, so there we go. Tools for making a game on Roblox are a lot like the tools for this game. Interesting. I don't, like, I vaguely understand Roblox, but I just don't get it. It's like a game that you can create games in and then have other people play your games, correct? Something like this. There we go. I've seen 11-hour streams. I did a very, very long stream one time on Twitch. We played like multiple games. It was pretty cool. But man, you don't, like, if you just watch streams, you just don't get how much that, like, how much energy that takes to do. Like, you end a 12-hour stream and you just sit back and you're like, wow, I can't believe I just did that. Like, it's intense. Alright, I think we're gonna actually go with a more natural. Turn angle snap off here, and then do something more like this. Three all-nighters. I was once awake for 62 hours straight. Why? Why would you do that? Did you just forget to sleep, or like in university? I guess that makes sense. I think at that point you're just doing it for like a personal record, though, right? It's not out of necessity. You're just like, man, I wonder how long I can stay up now. That curve I like a lot more. Hello, Gavin. What's up? It is gray. It's just the light makes it look very bright. Like, it's a pretty dark gray, too. Like, when you look here, this is almost black. It's my best record for staying up. It has to... I've only pulled a few all-nighters. I think I was up probably 30-some hours. I don't know, lately there's been times where I just haven't been sleeping well, so I've been considering just like staying up all night just to reset my sleep schedule. But nothing like 72 hours or something. I was reading about people talking about that one time. They're like, yeah, I stayed up for 72 hours. The first 24 are nothing, the next 30 are the worst. And then by the end, I couldn't even do basic math problems. 2 plus 2, I just couldn't do. It's like, what? It's insane. And then, every time they're like, and then I just sleep for 13 hours, and then I'm fine. And I'm like, what? That's insane. I can't even stay up for 6 hours? That is so true. Need me my naps, you know? Actually, since we're copying stuff over, why not copy the fences as well? Well. Oh, man. I need that to be on the rotation snap. Or angle snap, rather. Bring this over. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Something like that. Still looks white. Yeah, it's the coloring's a little weird. I don't know why. It's like the light or something. Can I just get this to like go right where it needs to go? Yes. It'd be actually really cool if you could... So you move the camera around with WASD, but it'd be really cool if you had something selected and you were moving it, if you could use the arrow keys to like notch it over, you know? Instead of having to use these arrows and try to like fine tune it, like, I don't know. Just throwing ideas out there. What does FTW mean? Why do I always get asked that? For the win. It's the gaming thing. FTW is for the win. This is a little weird over here, but I think we might just keep it a little weird. I mean, I don't necessarily want to have to go through and fix all of that. The lines are so strange because they're not perfectly round, but I think from a distance, you're never even going to know, so I think we're going to leave it. It looks like a racetrack, doesn't it? With the guardrails and everything. The only reason I stayed up that long is A, vodka, B, Starbucks, C, coursework, and I really needed to do, I just didn't. I just really wanted to get a high first. D, vodka. Interesting. The Jaeger bombs will do you, man. They got the Red Bull in them. Alright, we need to get this done. I think by about here we'll end the guardrails. Oops, I don't want to actually have the traffic lines. So there we go. Something like that. I really just want to duplicate this over, but we'll see how that happens. Alright, so that is there. I guess the toll booths would come off of this. And I was thinking the road kind of swerved this way and then come this way, but I think the less turning we can do with the roads, the better. I also like to get into doing the actual parking lots soon. Do I go to work when I'm off camera? Yes. I do have a day job, which is part of the reason why I don't put as much content as I can out. And it's not like a time issue. It's just, well, it's partly a time issue, but sometimes I just come home from work and I'm drained, you know? Just don't feel like doing anything creative, because sometimes I do creative things all day at work, but other times I'm outside, like, digging holes or something, and I'm just physically exhausted and I don't feel like doing anything, you know? But no, I don't know. I should try to put more effort into my YouTube channels. That's for sure. What's my favorite food? Oh man, there's so much food. Like, how do I choose? In terms of like restaurants or like fast food, I guess Chipotle is up there. But like, if I'm gonna cook something, it's gotta be steak, right? Steak's amazing. But I've been really into pierogies lately. I don't know if do people know what pierogies are? Or is it kind of just a thing? Like, I know I don't even know what the country is. But pierogies are kind of like a specialized type food that I don't think a lot of people are really even aware of. Or maybe they are and I'm just blowing that out of proportion, but is this the Slovak? Is it a Slovakian food? I think it's an Eastern European type food. They're so good. Your favorite Planet Coaster YouTuber. Thank you. That's actually awesome. Honestly, I don't watch a lot of YouTubers who play this game. I mean, I know Flux and Strictos are both kind of dabbled in it, but I probably watch them most out of any of the like design-centric YouTube channels out there. But they don't really play this too much. And then Silverette plays, and he's amazing, but he doesn't. It seems like his upload schedule is worse than mine is, and that's saying something. But then again, I understand he's in college and stuff, and he's been traveling a lot. But yeah, I mean, his stuff is insane. Hey, Foxy, what's up? Duplicate that over. About here. Unfortunately, they are not even close to lining up. Well, they are kind of close, but I wonder if I could squeeze that in there like that. I mean, I won't tell if you won't. You'll never even notice that. What's the best theme park you've ever done and really liked it? Like, gone to, or like created in this game? Because created in this... Yeah, if we're talking about created in this game, I've only done this park. Like, I don't... Anytime I'm playing this, I'm recording for YouTube. I don't really play this in my free time. But, like, if we're talking about my favorite real-world park, it's got to be Cedar Point. How can it not? Somebody asked me how many hours I have in this, and I forgot to respond to them, but I think it's... I don't even know. Can I check that? 400. It's close to 400, which... I don't know if that's a lot or not. Oh, man. I hate when you have something lined up perfectly and you think you clicked, but you didn't, and then you drag it away and it's not there, and you're like, ugh. Oof. Why does this feel like it's not curving the same rate as the other one? I think we're gonna have to curve this one by hand. Which is fine. This is so tedious. This is crazy. Honestly, I think we could have done without the parking lot or the lines on the road and been fine, but I think it adds just that little bit of flair to it. Angle snap was on, yes, but I was trying to have it the same as that one, but I guess it makes sense that it's not the same angle and stuff. And that could be rounded more. I don't know if I care enough. Like, usually when I'm working in the park, I definitely care, you know, because you're in the park and you want that's the focus of everything is inside of the park. But like out here, I'm just like, I don't want to say I'm getting lazy, but I'm getting a little lazy. But no, it is going to be really cool to, like, see the park from outside. I mean, we already get that from just back here, you know, just looking at the park. It looks more like a theme park now. Save some time and use the entire cross-section of the road when you make the curve. That's an interesting thought. But then you're going to have to connect it because the cross-section's not... It's kind of like this wide anyway, so it's... I don't know, maybe that would work. But at this point, I think we're this far. This road's going to be... It might look really wonky, though, too, so we might have to do something like that. It's not a bad thought, though, that's for sure. And we'll just pull this one back. It's not perfect, but maybe it's fine. We'll see. This we're just gonna eyeball up. This curve's a little weird, I think, right now. It's definitely kind of weird. Actually, this whole thing's kind of weird. I don't know. Do we care? Did anybody inspire me to create this theme park, or did the theme park inspire me, and how? I think indirectly. I mean, it's called Cedar Flags, so you can kind of tell where it's coming from. Cedar Point and like a Six Flags. It's more of the amusement park. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of theme parks per se. That spacing is a little weird, but I'd like to. Like, I've been to Orlando. What was that? Universal down there, and I don't think I appreciated it as much as I should have. Because I think I went into it thinking it was more of an amusement park, and I was just going to go on the rides, you know. But I think if I went back down there now, I'd probably have a new appreciation for it. But no, I think the amusement parks are more of my style. Where it's basically just pure, like, you go for the rides, and the rides are awesome. It's not so heavily themed, but actually a lot of amusement parks have been heading toward doing more theming, because I think people definitely want to see that. I don't want to say I'm getting lazy, but I'm getting a little lazy. Quote of the year. Yup. Yeah, after this curve, I think we're going to get into more of, like, the parking lot that I wanted to do. Which should be fairly easy in contrast, because all we're going to do is design some parking spaces and then copy them and paste them all around and make it look cool. The cool thing about this, like, the cool thing about doing parking lots for a theme park is that they're not very detailed. A lot of times they're just wide open, they're flat. You don't really need to worry about putting, like, a whole bunch of, like, different ways for people to go. But it should be kind of interesting. There are traffic cones in the game too, which is something I checked on. And we're going to be utilizing those as well, I think. Especially by the toll booth area, but I don't think we're going to get to the toll booth right this second. But we'll see about that. Alright, let's get this tucked in like this. Something like that. Alright, that's fine. That doesn't look too bad. It's not the greatest thing I've ever done. That's for sure. How many times have I went to a Six Flags? I haven't been to a Six Flags in years. And actually, the Six Flags I went to doesn't even exist anymore. Alright, So, we have the traffic coming in here. Jogga Lake, yes. Nailed it. Yeah, so the traffic comes in here, and I'm thinking we'll have a way for them to go this way, and then... Actually, you know what? This could just all be open at this point. This over here is going to be a barrier. And then we're going to have, like, potentially some, like, handicap type areas over here for parking. And then just a lot of parking out there. So, yeah, this is going to be definitely interesting. Why is this curved like this? Okay, what I want to do, I think, is get rid of this car, if I can. Get another car down here. I'm assuming most of these cars are all pretty much the same size. I should probably check that. Are there... Oh, there's taxis. I know there's lowriders, apparently. Actually, I didn't know that. Vintage cars. I think we should look at trucks as well. Like pickup trucks, though. That's not the truck I'm thinking of. I mean, there's this. This isn't necessarily like a truck someone would drive in, though, because the only thing we can get on the back is this one. It's more of like a delivery truck. So I think we'll only really care about the cars. Actually, I probably should not have deleted those. This is the longest car, so let's try to go based off of this, maybe. And then we want these to be perpendicular to this. So the question becomes, do we want to put a guardrail opposite of this one? I think we might. So what I'm saying is I'm thinking we're gonna want some of this happening on this side, and then we'll put parking basically right up to this guardrail. And we'd have to account for people walking. Oh boy. Wow, I didn't think about that. Wow. Huh. We'd almost have to put a path that goes into here. Or we do a path over here. I think that'd be more... That'd be a little better for us. What about a bike lane? I don't know about a bike lane. I don't know if we want a bike lane over here. But no, I'm thinking, so people, if they're parking back here, they have to walk to the, over here. Pedestrian Bridge is another thought as well. Honestly, I think I like that idea the best. Or a tunnel. Yeah, a tunnel works too. I think if we did a bridge and had the bridge come down right to here, that could work. Like right over here. This is all of a sudden going to turn into a bridge episode. Or not episode. I keep saying episode because I'm so used to saying episode, but a bridge live stream. We'd have to do something like this, right? I mean, it would be really cool. I'm not going to lie. I think that's too big, though. Let's do something more like this would probably be more realistic. And then, I mean, if we're going to do this, we're going to want to have... All right, hold on. We're going to want to have a spawner back here because it would be awesome to see people walking over a bridge to get down to here. Man, bridge is the right answer, I think. It's a matter of where we want the bridge to go to, though. We could have it coming up here. That could be kind of cool. Let's try to figure that out real quick. Should do an episode that's not time-lapsed. I mean, that's kind of what this is, I guess. I don't know. Time-lapsing... What is happening here? Is there another building that I did or something underneath here? Huh. Oh, man. Are these not... Okay, these are in a different building. Okay. I was freaking out there for a second. Rocks. I made an emote for rocks on, for the YouTube membership. So if you become a member to my channel, you'll get the emote. It's a little rock guy. I think he's kind of cool. You'll also get the Deke What face emote. Yeah, there's not a... I haven't really set up bots over here yet on YouTube. I should probably do that. All right, so if we do something like this, I'm thinking. Wondering... Okay. This is going to be strange, but we're going to try it. Mostly because I wonder how high up we can get with just that. Is that high enough to be like a realistic bridge? I guess we have to put a bus down and see. Because the bus is the tallest thing that would be going through here. Some ads on the underside of it? That's interesting thought. Ooh, yes. Perfect. System 32 is my first YouTube member. Look at that. That's awesome. Thank you, System. Alright. Bring the bridge around the statue, give the space a reason to be there. So, what are you saying? Something more like over here? Interesting. It's a little tight, but actually it's, I really wanted the rock emoji. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. I love it. That is awesome. I do like the idea of having the bridge go over here. I'm not gonna lie, I do like that. But no, if you ever like watch a truck go under a bridge, like on a highway, they are pretty tight. It's really kind of ridiculous how tight they are. So that bus was probably acceptable. Is that what we had pretty much over here? This one was a little bit higher up. All right. You do you. I do want to see what it would look like if we did bring it down over here, because I do like that idea of having this as more of a purposeful space. Let's see what would happen though. Come out this way and then come out over here. I guess that is rounded, so that'd probably be okay. And then we'll pull that up into a... Actually, we could do more like that, too, if we did this. So, yeah, maybe this will work better. I do want to get rid of that and that. I don't know why I exited the tool just to go back into the tool, but whatever. And then down, and then down to there. I think I like that. So many trucks ram into the top of the bridge. It's hilarious. Yeah, this wouldn't be for trucks, I think. This is more for... as long as the buses can get through it, we're okay. And the one thing... Yeah, now it's really high up, so it's more than good now. Okay, I'm okay with that. But no, the truck situation is actually a good point, because I'm thinking over here somewhere we'll have like an access road into some sort of backlot area. So we'll put another maintenance shed over here. So we were already going to do a maintenance type building over here. I think that's still going to be the case. So we'll have some maintenance over there. And then Over here, we'll also have like a maintenance area for like deliveries and stuff. And then off of this road, we'll have like a little employee only or drop off delivery type thing over there. So yeah, I actually like this. This is really cool. But that means we got to do a little bit of work with the nature. We're going to have to delete some of these rocks. So I'm going to have to make Rocky a little sad over here. And then, actually, you know what? I think if we're going to want to do a bridge like this, we're going to want to put some sort of railings on here. No path supports. We can do that on our own, but I think we're going to want railing on elevated. I don't necessarily want to have to go through and do custom railings for this. This would be a bit of a pain to walk up. Because you get to the stairs and then you get to a like sloped area. That's probably not the most realistic thing. I mean, if we were doing this properly, we'd have it just slope. Maybe we can try that. So the bridge would be limited to short people. But no, what if instead of this, what's going on here? Why can't I don't know. Sometimes the pathing or the tool, or yeah, the path tool is what I'm trying to say is a little weird. If you think about this, these would have to be sloped. You know, for like strollers or wheelchairs. So I'm wondering, this could be really cool if this works. It kind of defeats the whole having that part of this area like useful or purposeful, but if we do something like this, we could almost just have people walk straight into here. This is kind of awkward here now. I think we're gonna want the slope instead of the stairs, but can we get people to go like straight into here maybe? Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better now. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, do that. Okay, it's been done. All of this, actually, I love these, but I'm gonna have to rearrange them, I think. I need position snap to turn off, which I had a button for. I don't remember what the button was, but whatever. Alright, so that'll be like there to cover up that little weirdness in the terrain height. That is cool though now. I like this. So this is what I like about live streams, is that you guys can sit here and help me out making decisions and stuff. I'm not sitting there on my own just like, how am I gonna do this? Well, I don't know why I made this fence a part of a different building, but it is very, very annoying. Oh, okay. So these... Luckily, those were short, so that worked. Is that... Oh, that's... Wait. I can't tell what language that is, StarMax. Is that Portuguese? Alright, so this is working. This is working pretty well. I do want to cover that up there with those trees, though. So yeah, that makes so much more sense now. So now we can have parking back here and not worry about putting a crosswalk in this very dangerous intersection. So that's cool. Although we are going to want to have a spawner back here somehow now, which we'll probably just put in a restroom somewhere. That's kind of what I've been leaning toward lately. But it's going to be really cool. It's going to be really cool to see people walking over this. It's going to be so cool. I was born learning 5 languages. It's just like, wow, that's crazy. And then obviously over here, we're going to have this path, so people aren't going to have to necessarily cross like a main entrance road. Should continue the path and not have it parked up against the road. Like this way? We could look at that. I think it would look better for symmetry purposes, that's for sure. And then parking would come into play this way. Honestly, the restroom thing reminds me of Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic, so I'm all for it. That's fair. Oop. Alright, so it was realistic being right next to the road, and it also saves a lot of space. That is true. So we got decisions to make. Does save space, but counterpoint is we'd have people being able to park this way, and then we could build some sort of restroom here. So that'll take up some space, because if we had it pushed up next to the road, we'd have to put a restroom in or something over here, which would look a little strange. So if we do the restroom like here, and people just walk out and up here, it might be a little bit better. I think this will work. I think this will work out. That said, if we want to do this, we're going to want these guardrails to start or continue out to there at least. So let's try to get that done. So people are going to be able to turn. So I'll just set this up on a 45. I guess that wasn't a 45, but yeah, it was. What am I thinking? There we go. So this will go out to here then. Should smooth off the cliff around the park a bit more. Yes, we will eventually get to that. The only reason I haven't done that yet is because I'm not sure that's like the final area for the cliff. This will go down to like here. Yeah, it does look a little ridiculous right now, doesn't it? And then we'll start working that way. Hey, smileys. What's up? So we're going to need some sort of support over this. Also, I don't think this is... Is this symmetric? So this one starts to curve down right before the road. This one starts to curve down after the road. So if we start to curve it down like there, it's not necessarily the same. So we may adjust that road, which shouldn't be a big issue. So let's try to do that. there we go. Let's see if we can adjust the road. Be really cool to be able to do that, but we'll see. Here's hoping. We're gonna need all of this though, that's for sure. Not that though. Oh man, I made a mistake. All right, hold on, we'll do this again. We'll do that from there to there to there and the rest of it. So hopefully we have everything there. Looks like we do. So we'll just move this road, and again, I wish you could like change how this is rotated, but whatever. All right, let's go this way a bit. So what did I say? This one starts kind of in the road, like in the shoulder of the road. So we got to come back a little bit on that. Somewhere like that. I kind of want to pull it that way a little bit. This is the fun part. You try to like dance this around until it's right where you want it to be. It looks good. It looks good enough. I mean, no one would have probably noticed that if I didn't point it out anyway. So, center line of the road needs to be yellow. Does it? Trying to watch Geekism's new episode while also watching the stream. That's multitasking at its finest right there. Depends on the country. Okay. Yeah, I think we have white lines over here. It might be a state-by-state thing as well. Oops. Alright, so let us... Actually, this terrain's a little wonky over here right now, so I want to flatten it out. So we had the path doing its own thing. Alright, so that's there. Let's build a pillar system for this road. Alright. I don't know what exactly we're going to do for that. We could use art blocks. I'd rather maybe not. And I'm wondering, we might want to just build the pillars on their own building because of the way the grid works. Will the stream come out today? What does that mean? Like, will you be able to rewatch this later today? Because if so, the answer is yeah. I think yes. I don't really know how long it takes for YouTube to process it. There are a ton of new pillars, which is really cool. I kind of want like a concrete pillar though. Something like this could just work. I think we're going to keep this real simple. Honestly, this matches that, so that is massive, so I don't think we need that, but I'm going to do something more like this. And actually, this isn't on a grid, so we should be building in a building that we already have. The new pillars are from the custom supports. Yeah, well, the last update with the World Pack or whatever added a ton of pillar systems, which is really cool. And then there are the new supports that came out from, what was that, 2 updates ago. Added a lot of cool, interesting things too. So we're in a good spot with pillars. I wish we were in a better spot with roofs. Hopefully they'll end up putting more roofing in. Roof. It's one of those words that a lot of people say differently. I kind of want to make this like gray, so it's more like concrete. But hello, geometry stuff. You're here to help us name shapes? Okay, cool. I was really worried about that poking through the top of the path, but we're okay there. I think we're gonna change the color of this. It's a little too tan right now. I'm thinking we'll end up making it more like a gray, like a concrete. Roving. Roofing. Say it like Scruffy. Poor Bush is getting squished. That's one of those things. People will say roof or roof. And to be honest, I'm not sure what I say. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'll never say it the way I just naturally say it. Alright, I think we're going to make this a little bit more gray. This is actually kind of cool, though, because you can accent it a little with, like... Can just make it a little more dirty, you know? That looks super, like... older, like, probably 40-year-old column old, which is awesome. Like, yeah, we built this at one point. Haven't really had the budget to fix it, but it's still going, so, you know, it's fine. No one's gotten hurt yet. Dog says roof. That is true. Roof. There's got to be a popsicle stick joke with that somewhere, right? Something like... I'm trying to think of something on the spot. How did the dog stop the water from coming into his doghouse? He fixed the roof. Get it? Lame joke. Lame joke alert. Make a Stratocoaster? That would be really cool. I think that might be one of the last things we do for this park, is just to have a massive, like, Stratocoaster. There's a popsicle stick named Ruff. All right, so that makes a lot more sense. I like this. I like this a lot. This area is cool. For our public safety, we're in a good spot now too. What's a popsicle? Oh boy. Yeah, this song's a little strange. It's a little, I don't know, you're either into that kind of beat or you're not. Actually, I probably shouldn't put asphalt down over there, but over here, yes. You mean fruity ice on a stick? Wait, like, people don't know what a popsicle is? Is this happening? I guess we should build some sort of... I guess we we should build some sort of building here for a spawner before we do all the parking spaces over here, just so we know how much room is gonna be around. Honestly, I may just duplicate the building we have over here. It's simple enough. And this goes this way. He doesn't know. Interesting. Fruity ice on a stick. That's the most accurate thing I've ever heard, like a description of a popsicle. It is just fruity ice on a stick. I like it. Did this actually... Yeah, it actually brought the spawn points. That's awesome. All right. So... duplicated that bathroom. It's like the same contractor got hired to build this bathroom and that bathroom. Again, I'm not trying to be lazy, but I'm being a little lazy. We'll change this up a little bit as well. Mostly in that this front fence is going to go away. The side we're probably going to put a couple more of these in. This sign's going to go away. This, I think we're going to get rid of these poplar trees and maybe just put more of these in here. But for the most part, the building structure is going to be the same. Just a little lazy is okay. I like it. I like that philosophy today. After a long week, it's okay to be a little lazy. Go this way probably, and then connect up to this. That's such an awkward little thing right there. That works. Okay, cool. So that's that. We'll probably end up doing a little bit more with like landscaping here, maybe. A couple flowers or something. But for the most part, I think that's fine. Although I think we'd want to differentiate between the pavement. So we may want to do a little bit of like maybe like a flower bed here. And then connect it up over here. I'm just trying to think. Barncaster, hello. Are you guys lollipop and popsicle? Are you guys having a debate over there? What's happening? I'll let you guys iron it out. I don't know, maybe I should explain. So I don't, the popsicles, like I said popsicle joke. And what that means is that popsicles over here in the US, some of them come with little jokes printed. So like it'll be like a horrible, they're not good jokes, but they'll have a joke on the stick, and so you read it, and then you eat the popsicle, and then the answer is underneath where the popsicle was. But the jokes aren't very good, they're for like kids, so when I said popsicle joke, I meant bad joke. But I guess I forgot we were dealing with a little bit of a language barrier. So in the scenario editing, the guest spawn points, we have, okay, so it should just account for it. So since there's 4 spawn points, we have 4 here. And you can add more, so I think we'll be okay. I guess we could always run the game and see what it looks like. Can I get... Okay. Just gonna take a second. Like Laffy Taffy jokes? Now, what's a Laffy Taffy joke? Aren't those also bad jokes? I think they are. Let me save the park real quick. I'm gonna save it as episode 37. So I had been saving it as episode 37, but last episode was actually episode 36, so I was a little bit off on that. Do a ride over the road? That's an interesting thought. Don't we have that big swing thing? Is that a thing in this game? I think it is. What am I thinking of? Maybe? Is that not a thing? You guys know what I'm talking about? Like, it's a big arch, and then it pulls somebody back, and then it lets them go, and they just kind of swing. Is that not a thing in this game? I thought it was. I could swear it was. Or maybe am I having weird flashbacks to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? Can I show you the world on my magic ride? I don't know what that means, but I'm for it. Huh. It's not they should add it, though? Wow. I must have been thinking of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Because I think that was in that, right? I was pretty sure it was. Huh. But I was going to say, like, that, because it's pretty big, and you swing, it'd be cool to, like, swing outside the park over the road. Or even, like, over the lake or something. Be kind of cool. Alright, so that'll go to there. And then, yeah, this just opens up into parking. So this is here. Do we just want parking to start here? Or do we want... I think we do want to have a little bit of a buffer zone. Or... we could put the... what are those called? Bollards? They need to add water parks first. Oh, that'd be cool. I want some of these... I'm going to add this to this building, I think. If I can? Can I? Wait, is this... what's happening? Usually it lets you add to buildings, but it's not letting me do that right now. Why? This is a different building, correct? Huh. Edit this building, duplicate this over here, add this to this building? Split from building? Move? Add to this? Why can't I add to this building? That's really strange. Maybe it's because there's a spawn point or something, but... huh. That's weird. I don't like that. Alright, anyway. Oh, you know what? Maybe I do this, and now I can add it to building. Yep. Weird. I get why that happens, I guess, but it was just a very strange little thing. Why is that not straight? Whatever. Put some of these down over on this path, and I think we'll just call that a day. And then we will... start with the parking. All this stuff about not being able to support them on the engine, or they will... what is that? Need its own game is ridiculous. They did it in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Though it was a little choppy, they should be able to do it here. That's true. At least, like, I don't know. If the issue is that the water physics would screw a lot of things up, they could just do, like, closed loop water slides, you know? I mean... I think we'd be all okay with that. I mean, I'm not going to talk for everybody, but I'd be okay with that. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3... I don't know. It's on an older engine, so it feels like you should be able to do it with this engine. But then again, it's like, even if it is the case that they just can't do it in this game, you have to wonder why they didn't think about it in the first place. You know, like, why would you not think to... At some point, people are going to want to have water parks in your theme park game, you know? It's weird. Premium parking. Could I add an animal-themed ride? Maybe. I don't know. Actually, we might do like a kiddie area, and that might be a good thing for a kiddie area. I mean, they have those coasters with the water on them, so they can obviously do some sort of water stuff. So I'm not necessarily sure what the limitations they're dealing with are. That is cool. Right. How do we want this to work? I was thinking having a lines of cars go down this way. Yeah, I think that works for us. I do want to, however, duplicate these and turn them around as well. So I guess I could just do hold on. Do it like this. I think we're gonna be okay with parking. I was a little worried when we first started out how much parking we're gonna have. But I think we'll be okay. Alright, so something like that. That works. That's just so cars don't bump into the backside of the guardrail, because we're going to have parking over here. And I think we're going to want to keep some space between here so people will be able to drive this way. But eventually they'll be able to park over here. So first space will be like here. Yeah, that makes sense. Minecraft cliff. Yeah, kind of is. Honestly, though, like, it's funny that you say Minecraft, because I feel like having a Minecraft-themed ride in this park would be really cool. I haven't been, like, super into theming stuff, but I kind of want to do, like, a Minecraft coaster. I feel like that could be really just unique or cool. Had a parking garage? Oof. Ooh, I mean, that could be awesome, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to have to go through and... What am I doing? Build a parking garage. I guess we'll measure the need for a parking garage after we figure out how much parking we actually have here. The other thing about this whole situation over here is that like putting all the cars out here is going to be really weird because we only have like, what, 5 cars? And one is like super old, so that just doesn't even fit. This one's kind of old too. So we have like 3 generic cars. And if we line the parking lot with cars, it's going to be very, very just copy paste type stuff. Parking lines are a little too long. I agree. I do agree. I don't know if I want to change them though. Let's see. Because that's the other alternative is this. Which is fine. All right. So here's the situation. This one's too short, I think. Right? Let's see like a different car over here. Maybe this car is just too long. Maybe that's better. I can recolor the cars, yes. So that does help, but it is going to still get a little weird. Euthyrus did a parking garage in his park. It took him the first 8 episodes of the series. He hated it because it destroyed his FPS before even building the entrance. That's hilarious. Kind of sad. But, alright, so those lines are too long, but this car is also too long. These lines are probably more realistic, so I think we should go with this. And then whoever brings this long car to the parking lot will just have to park it carefully. He has a much better PC now. Well, that's good. I need to get a better PC, but it is just expensive. Very, very expensive to get a new PC. I think I've talked about this on other live streams before, but like, I really only need to get a better processor. But in order to get a better processor, I'd need to get a new motherboard and a new set of RAM. So, you know, it's just, the whole upgrade would cost over $1,000, even though it's just getting a couple new parts. Because I have a 1070, so my graphics card's fine. My hard drives are all fine. It's just the processor. I'd really like to get back into an Intel. Could I buy you a computer? I mean, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But yeah, I mean, it would be a big process. My specs currently, I have an AMD FX 8350 processor, which isn't the best, but it's done enough. I'm actually quite surprised that I'm able to do as much as I can do on it. It's so old. And I've heard a lot of people who talk about theirs dying, but mine's been fine. But I'd love to get on an Intel like 6-core, at least. Maybe like an 8-core would be ideal, but and then I'd need like 32 gigs of RAM. But yeah, I have DDR3 RAM, so I'd need DDR4 RAM, which is expensive. In and of itself. But yeah, anyway. How much space is realistic? Something like that, right? Because you need enough to turn and park and pull out. So I think that's fine. This I'd like to get rid of because people would have to drive over here. I think we could leave that parking space. have an i7, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 1080. It took me over 1,500 euros. So yeah, I mean, it is just, computers are insanely expensive. That's all it comes down to. And that's even with me like not having to buy everything brand new, it's still going to be very expensive. Maybe I should do a live stream with like a donation goal for a new computer and just do like a 24-hour live stream. Try to hit our goal. I'd have to do some math. I'd have to figure out what exactly I need to do to get the upgrades, and then could consider that. Do like a fundraising live stream for myself. Should have the cars take up 2 spaces because they are terrible parkers. Yeah, we could get that at some point as well. That's going to be the fun part, is getting all of the cars laid out. Alright, so that was fairly painless, I think. Does that look realistic? I think it does. I thought you couldn't even stay up for 6 hours. That's what would make the live stream so entertaining. Planet Coaster isn't optimized that well. Yeah, I mean, at some point it's gonna break every computer. I know that, but still, it can't hurt. And to be fair, I haven't been building, like, when you watch Silverette build, he's torturing his computer. It's insane. Like, he'll build custom roofs out of, like, thousands and thousands and thousands of parts, and that is just absurd. And I try not to do that. So I've been trying to play it fairly minimalistic, in a sense, while still being as detailed as possible, so... Live seat flags, don't mind if I do. What's going on, Pausley? How is everything going? Get a couple more spots eked out there. And then this would be like a turnaround. I think on this side we'd put another row of parking. Or 2? Another row. It's just we gotta watch with the cliff side over here. Try to get some of this flattened out as well, making some more Minecraft cliffs. And if only I'd have been around when Minecraft was like a big thing. I loved playing that game back in the day. Could have been such a big Minecraft YouTuber. You know what? I think Minecraft is going to age well. I mean, it's such a good game, and the graphics aren't necessarily, like, going to age. Like, there are games where you go back and play them, and you're like, wow, these graphics are terrible. But Minecraft is going to be one of those games where, like, the graphics are what they are, and people are just going to love it for it. So I think in, like, 10 years, you'll be able to go back and play Minecraft, and it's going to be, like, the same thing. Exactly how you remember it. What sort of FPS am I hitting? Can I even tell? Can I tell? Let me, if I show FPS, I don't know if you can see it in-game or not, or on the stream. Alright, so I have like a solid 30 right now out here, but if I play the game, if I go over here, I'm hitting like 15, and then if I turn the game on, We're going down to like 10. So, yeah. I'm at like 12 over here, which is fun. Which is why a lot of times I just play with the game paused. Don't worry too much about the cliffs. We're gonna smooth them out at some point. So I was old when it came out. Interesting. I've just upgraded to an i9. To be honest, it's not worth the upgrade for what you get. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'd like to get an upgrade for other games as well, though, just to push out more FPS. Because I have a 1070, like my graphics card's a 1070, and I'm not in like 4K or anything, and I still don't get the amount of like FPS in other games that I think I should be getting. But yeah, I think like a nice i7, like a 6 or 8 core would be really cool. And then of course you can, when you push rendering out, it would be a lot better too. So I mean, not that like rendering is bad for me right now. It's pretty much 2-to-1, I think, when I render out videos. Like a 20-minute video will take probably about 40 minutes to render out. But then again, I'm not doing like super crazy like color corrections or anything. Just play Planet Coaster in like medium settings. Don't bother me that much. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more, the game is more bottlenecked by like the guests walking around than anything else. Because you got to think about it. The game is thinking for 2,000 people. And those 2,000 people have tons of choices to make, and they have tons of places to go and tons of different ways to get to the same spot. So it's all basically just the simulation limiting itself. But it's not so much just the graphics settings. But then again, you'll get that with any game. I mean, you look at like City Skylines, and it's bottled by the simulation as well. Although that one's probably more or less, there's just so many props going on too. Alright, so we got that. I'm thinking we'll do maybe one more line of these. The other thing that kind of drives me nuts about this game, it really shouldn't drive me nuts, but the fact that the cars don't come with wheels on them kind of annoys me for some reason. Like, you gotta put wheels on every car? Like, it's crazy. Alright, we're going to try to keep the same spacing. There we go. And then the final area will have this. I don't know if I want to bring a guardrail back there or not. Probably not. Oops. So I want to grab all of these. Nope. What am I doing? I want to grab those and that. And now we can duplicate this out. Spin that bad boy around. And put it back where it needs to be. Somewhere about there. So yeah, that'll be our little parking area over here. And we got to do that for all of that, which is, it's going to be fun. Will I be doing a new City Skylines anytime soon? That's a good question. Honestly, I've been wanting to get back into that game lately, more than I ever have in the past couple months. because of the new upgrade, or the DLC pack looks pretty interesting. Still kind of trying to figure out ideas for like a series. But then again, I don't want to like start a new series while I'm still doing this series. Because I have I have trouble putting this series out as is. Like I've tried to do the 2 series at a time thing before, and oh boy, was I really bad when it came to that. We got some terrain issues. We'll iron that out. Let's use selected. There we go. All right, so that is that. Honestly, I think if we continue the parking lot this way, and just make this the back boundary of the parking lot, that could work for us. So let's try that. Pull this out over here. I can understand that. I will say that the new DLC is pretty amazing, though. I haven't even gotten it. Like, I haven't even played it. Maybe one of these days I'll have to reach out to them and get a key for it, but maybe one of these days we'll just play it like on stream. Would that be fun? Huh, interesting. I thought I doubled up one of these lines, but I guess I didn't. Or is it? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. I need disabled parking spots? Yes, I was thinking about doing those like over here, because it's, you know, shorter distance. But yes, we do need that. I want to put like a disabled thing down, but I think what I'm going to do for that is just put an art block that's blue down. I don't necessarily think I want to draw like the wheelchair guy. So that'll go back to there. I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work. So we'll have lines going this way, and then we could just continue them out like this. And then over here we'll have like its own, we'll kind of spin them off this way maybe. But if you can keep things linear, I think it's a lot better. At least to lay all of this out, it's going to be a lot easier. Just make the lines wider and blue, and then add a blue sign. Yep. That's what we're gonna do, I think. But like I said, I don't want to like draw the little handicap guy. We'll put some cars over him too, so you won't even notice, really. I don't really like it because I know I'll never use it, part of the hyper detailed community, so I don't need the simulation type stuff. I mean, I guess I understand that. But I have heard a lot of good things about it. So we want to leave some space for driving. For an EU, the disabled signs are yellow? Interesting. I didn't know that. It's kind of crazy how, like, different cultures do different things. It's like all the same stuff, you know, but it's just slightly different. Just ever so slightly different. You telling me that this isn't flat over here? Oh, no. Oh, boy. I'm going to take a nap. I'll watch the stream when it comes out later. I'll see you. Thank you, Alexis, for staying around. Good luck with the nap. Totally understand. Have a good one. Alright. So this is actually kind of what I was talking about earlier in going through and leveling all this out. So I guess we will do this. Oop. We want to make sure we're getting the right spot. It's so easy to screw this up, though. So as long as I don't let go of the button, we'll be okay. But now, with this asphalt, we can actually see exactly what we've leveled. So it's kind of nice. I don't want to get too close to that little planting area, though. So yeah, that is a nice parking area ready to go for us. They need to add ore-built stations because, in my opinion, ore-built or more built or something. Coaster/ride stations are the most time-consuming and boring parts of making my stations. I think more. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I could agree with that. Although, aren't there like a ton of those on the workshop you can get? I think a lot of the big gripe that a lot of people have with the building station or the coaster stations are that they don't necessarily function the way they should. In that, like, people aren't getting off and on the ride at the same time, which is kind of weird, especially if you have like a station where you're going through it to exit. A lot of times they'll open the gates for riders to get on at about the same time. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll end this here. And maybe we'll turn the parking spaces this way. This is so awkward, though. This is just very awkward. This is like the hardest part of my day, is trying to figure this out. Oh, boy. Alright, hold on. Duplicate these over and finish this line out. The trouble I'm running into is that we're up against the actual hard boundary of this map. So we can't go any farther this way. We can only go to there. Which doesn't help us, because if we could go farther, I could square this all off and just have this one big area. These are seizure-inducing, so seizure warning. Careful. The angle where you turn, you can put motorbike parking? Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen motorbike parking in like a Cedar Flags parking lot. I think usually they'll just kind of park. Although then again, I haven't really been like exploring the parking lots. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let's play the game for a second. I want to see some people walk over this bridge. Maybe. Let's see. It should spawn people out of here, right? I mean, is it? Yeah, there we go. We got a couple. They appear to have disappeared. Interesting. They also appear to be walking through the wall, which, whatever. Where? Okay. So they're going here. That's fine. Vendor has quit. Okay, I thought I turned all that stuff off, but maybe I didn't. Should put a tram around the parking lot to the main gate. Ooh, that would be kind of cool. I think, don't we have a track ride like that? I think we do. I could do the tour bus. Oh no, don't make me do this. Oh no, what are you doing to me? So here's the thing, like, this would be awesome, but I wonder if we could sink it down into the road, like, just barely. Honestly, it'd be really cool to be able to just, like, get some motion going out here. Oh man, they do not turn very fast, do they? Hold on. What am I doing? It's ugly. It might actually. It is kind of ugly, isn't it? My plan would be to sink this down into the earth, but it would be kind of cool to see like people driving out here. So I do that, and then I would. Oh, you can't do it. This isn't gonna work. I think I have the setting on for intersecting stuff. Disable ride collision is on, so yeah, that's kind of strange. We're not gonna be able to sync that. But yeah, if we could sync this down, it would be feasible to do this, but we can't do that, so yeah. Meant a monorail? Well, I don't know, he said tram, so a monorail would be kind of cool. Actually, what would be really, really cool is if we had a monorail that went around the back of the park into like a hotel, and then if we had like another parking lot or something over here, it'd be kind of cool. Do I have a beard? Yes, I do has beard. Alright, so anyway, back to the task at hand, which is the parking lot spacing. I'm curious, so I'm going to duplicate all of these real quick and see what this would look like going this way. So you get here and you just don't know what to do, right? Like as a driver, you'd be like, where do I go? Like, well, find a parking space. I guess that's not a super unrealistic thing. Every now and then you'll just get a bird in shot and you're like, what do you... I wish you could click on him. Like as a little Easter egg. But, The one thing I will say is that let's get this situated first. Because this is bus only. Oh, let's redo that. So this area is going to be bus only, so we're going to want to have this kind of flush up as an entrance point. Am I married? No, I am not. Welcome back. So that'll go to there. And then... Why is this menu glitchy right now. That's really weird. That's really strange. I hope that's not like some sort of big issue. Huh. Okay, it's gone. Cool. Very strange, but it's fine. All right, so I'll do something like that. And then, how are we gonna do this? How are we going to do this? What I'm kind of considering right now is something like this. So that would be there. We'd have to maybe space these out more equidistant, but I think we could make this work. And then, of course, we need a space for the handicap parking area. I almost feel like we could pull this whole thing back a little bit. Maybe just this row. No, actually, this row too. Okay, hold on. Want to do a competition video? I don't know. Be interesting, I guess, but I don't know if I have the time to do like collabs right now either. Something like that. And then space this one out a little bit more. So, yeah, that actually works, I think. That works pretty well. All right, so that'll be that. And then we're going to have handicap parking, or disabled parking over here. This curviness is going to be throwing me for a loop. I'm broke. I ain't got Planet Coaster. Fair enough. All right. Why would we reinvent the wheel when we can just copy and paste? Alright, so people would have to walk this way. That's fine. Interesting. I'm just gonna be the chat clown. That's fair enough. Hello, Raji3. If that is how you pronounce it. I'm very bad at pronouncing names. You could just do straight parking and just have more tarmac behind spaces instead of doing janky along the curve. Yeah, I don't know if... I definitely want to do straight parking, but it's a matter of, like, what angle do I want to put it at? Like, this way, probably? See, it's just very strange. Although, to be fair, we could just do planters and then fill out the rest of that space with planters. I think that's better. Never been to one of your live streams before? Well, welcome to the first one that you've been to. Enjoy. Actually, now that I'm thinking about this, if we, instead of doing this, if we just did... this thing... like this, but I want to pull this way. Just because I want a little bit of breathing room here. And then, well, if we want breathing room there, we're going to want to pull this way even more. Just to have like a space for people to drive out. Did I miss a lot? Kind of. I mean, we did this road, which was tedious and not very fun. This I actually built off camera. It was a little parking toll area for people to pay for parking. And then we've just been going through and doing some parking space painting, I guess. And we have another bathroom here with some more spawners and a really cool pedestrian bridge that goes over the road. If I can get the camera to cooperate here. So yeah. A little bit. I mean, it's not a lot, but it took a lot of time. Like, a lot of things in this game take, I think, a little too long. Just because we don't have the proper tools at our disposal. Unfortunately. Like, some of the mods from City Skylines, I've talked about this, like, extensively, but some of the mods would be really nice to have. Like, mods where you can, or tools where you can, draw lines of bushes. Can you imagine how fast we could get this kind of stuff done? We have bus parking, yeah, it's over here. What is happening in my amusement park? Like over here? Not too much currently. The game is paused. I get like twice the amount of frames per second when I pause the game, so I try to keep it paused when I'm building. Alright, so a lot of this stuff over here would be disabled parking. How am I going to do this? Let me figure this out. Oops. So over here, we would definitely not have these. And then what I'm going to do is actually line this out with shrub work to account for that difference. And then we'll just use planter beds to make up all of this difference here. Yeah, that'll be fine. It'll almost be nice to put a path down here, maybe. Actually, I think I like that idea. Let me see how that works. It would be nice to grid it, though, and not have it off of... Oop. My paths are going all funky. So this will be like a sidewalk, and then what we'll do is put some of those pedestrian barriers out here. And then... join in like that. It'd be kind of nice to do the trick over here if we can. We do that and delete it. And it's not very smooth, but I wonder if we can make it a little better. Doing something like that and then deleting that. It'll be fine. We can cover that up with some shrub work. But yeah, we'll do some barriers here to get people to be able to walk here. Obviously, this won't do anything for us, but that will just be there for looks. But yeah, we'll pull some of these over. Not the buses, just these. It's so hard to just select certain tiny things sometimes. Pull these over. Delete the buses. So yeah, this is like a pedestrian safety type thing. We'll probably move these spaces back a little bit, maybe? This is the nicest chat I've ever seen. Yeah, I've had pretty good luck with that. Even on Twitch, I mean, we don't really get too many, like, super trolly people. We have fun, but it's, like, mostly pretty mature, which is really nice. I like it. You guys are awesome. Most chats are hostile. I don't know how you could be hostile watching a game like this, you know? Do you even go pro in Planet Coaster, dude? I can't fathom how that would even work. I mean, a lot of chats you'll watch are like competitive games, so I understand there's people who are just toxic and in competitive scenes, but these games are so laid back, like it's hard to be that way. We do have a train. It's over here. The station's a little strange down here, but then it goes into a tunnel, comes out over here, goes all the way back around the park into some pretty rough terrain, and then eventually winds down here. I love the little double rail that we have going on down here. And then eventually this is going to be a second station, and then there's going to be like hotels or something back here, so it's going to work, and then it winds all the way back to the first station. I have heard, however, that when you turn on double stations on a train in this game, the game kind of doesn't know what to do sometimes, so I'm going to be kind of curious as to how that's going to work. Some chats go super fast. I guess that's true, but I guess it depends on how many people you have in there chatting. Like, to me, this chat right now is kind of fast from what I'm used to. But I mean, it's good. It's readable. A lot of times, the super fast chats, they have no chance of reading it. Like, people who have, like, thousands of people watching them, there's literally no chance to read all the chat. Like, I have a hard time reading all this chat, too, because I'm trying to focus on building and also chat with you guys. But that's why a lot of the bigger streamers will only read, like, donations. I'm actually really liking how this is turning out, though. It does bum me out that YouTube won't let me download my live streams in full 1080p. That's such a bummer. Like, I'd kind of prefer to, I think, stream on YouTube for this kind of game, because you guys are all here, you know what I'm all about, you know what the channel is and you're familiar with this series and everything, but I just can't make it happen right now. It means you're getting famous if it's faster than usual. That's true. Well, I mean, that's not, like, true, but it just means there's more people here than I'm used to. Not that I'm getting famous, but... This guy already went pro. I'm a competitive Planet Coaster player. Came in 3rd at Worlds last year. We may tweak this path, I think. We'll probably end up doing something more like that. And then... Been sitting here for nearly 3 hours. Wow, it's already been 3 hours. Wow. Interesting. Alright. So... trying to finalize this area real quick with some terrain painting. I have the strength all the way up at 100, but it feels like it's not at 100 when you're super small. But then again, I don't think we are covering like a really big area here. So this is all mulchy. Can you smell the mulch? I can. I did work as a landscaper for a summer, so mulch is kind of like just ingrained in my mind as to how it smells. I've never really minded it, but I know some people really hate the smell of mulch. I wonder if we do this and then delete it. Nice plaza. That'll be cool. We'll rip stream. What does that mean? Do we have issues? I don't think we have issues. I don't have issues. Not on my end, at least. Do we have palm trees? Palm trees. We haven't done a single palm tree yet. It crashed for a minute? That's really weird. Huh. Anybody else have that, or... Because everything on my end looks good. I have had issues streaming in the past, but this time I don't think it's my fault. Make a beach area and then put palm trees. That's... interesting. I wonder... that'd be funny. Because we've been so, like, alpine-y and, like, just the trees we've been putting down are very, like... I don't even know what the word is for it, but, like, palm trees and Douglas firs. Or not palm trees, pine trees. And firs and all that stuff. But it'd be hilarious to just be like, oh, this is our new, beach area. Hope you like it. How do I want to do this? Maybe we should start putting some rocks down. It's been too long of a stream to not have been putting rocks down. Anybody who's watched me on Twitch knows what that's all about. Double dog dare you to do an airport in the next game? Huh? What does that mean? In Planet Coaster or in like City Skylines, or like am I playing Airport CEO again? What's happening? All right. That's looking legit. I like it. We do need one more of these, though. Isn't a super big deal. I'll go that way, and then... I want to see the Vatican 1-to-1 scale in Planet Coaster. Interesting. I gotta go clean my bathroom. Well, good luck with that. Thanks for stopping by if you're not gonna be back. Good luck. Yeah, bathrooms can get a little hairy, if you will. Oops. Delete that one. Trying to just create ways for people to navigate through. This would be kind of a pain if you're parking over here. Maybe not. But then again, I don't know. So this will probably be our disabled parking area. I'm thinking this path will actually just go this way, now that I'm looking at this. And then we'll probably readjust this fencing at some point. But having the path go right here. The other restrooms, you should put some vending machines. You are actually absolutely correct. We should do that. So we can gouge some pricing out of our guests. I like Cedar Point put vending machines in lines for rides, which is good. You know, it's cool. But I'm not throwing a $5 bill into a vending machine for a can of soda, you know? It's too much. Smoking areas? Yeah, that could be cool. Just like a little plaza, I think. Actually, vending machines right here. Oh, you're so right. Let's do that. That'll take up this little area right here. I like that idea. I have Planet Coaster, but I'm too lazy to actually play it. That I can totally understand. Where are the vending machines at even? Other? No. Restaurant? No. No. I guess they're just here? Okay, I feel like they should have their own category. Let's be fair here. I feel like there should be their own category. Even if I don't turn these on, they're gonna look good. My fear is that maybe if we turn these all on, people will want to come over and get to them, which means they'll come out of the park, but that might not be like a concern though. So we need a soda dispensing machine or vending machine. Oh, I guess we should go to the drinks then. That would make some sense. It'd be nice to have them all on like a plaza, but I don't. Can you? You can't just put them. That's so weird. Huh. I wish you could place them on a path. Like, I guess I understand they can't, like, why they can't do that, but to me it's a little strange. So let's put one there, and then maybe like a snack vending machine. Go pee! What's going on? Alright, anyway, what else? Do we want a burger vending machine, or like, isn't there a candy one? I think there's a candy one. Let's do the candy one. Eventually it'll spawn into the game, right? There it is. I wish I could, like I said, I wish I could make that better, but malformed path. We could put some sort of, we could actually probably adjust this fence, maybe. Ah! Game, why you do this? Churros! Actually though. Like, for real? Not even kidding? A churro vending machine would be awesome. Ugh. Alright, so there's this, that, and then this is just sort of awkward here. I wonder if we can connect this path, maybe? I'm gonna go with the answers no. No, we can't. Snack reload machine. That guy's... That guy's been to my stream on Twitch. He knows. Alright, so that's that. I'm still not sure what to do over here so much. We might take this and turn it, and then just leave mulch as a buffer there, and then probably put some plants in it. My menus are like really wonky right now. I don't know what's up with that. Huh. Maybe I'm just, am I imagining things? I can paint it so it doesn't look so awkward. What are you talking about? The path over here? Make an entrance on the other side of the vending machine so theoretically more people can go on the bridge. An entrance on the other side of the vending machine. So like this way? Let me see if one more of these right here would work, and it would. That's good. All right, so actually, now that I'm looking at this, path here would be kind of cool. Couple of these. Couple more of these over here. See, sometimes I feel like I click the button, but it doesn't click. And I think that's the game like just doesn't recognize it or something. Strange, but remember lighting. Yeah, the lighting situation's gonna be weird. I think we're gonna do like another live stream at some point for just lighting. All right, so I'm thinking almost over here. If I can, these vending machines are gonna be kind of annoying, I think, at the moment. But if I could do something more like this, this is obstructed, but it shouldn't be. See, this is trying to get this to work is kind of annoying. Oh, wait. Obstructed. Get rid of that? Okay. Can I connect up to here now? I probably shouldn't have messed with this, but flattened terrain, maybe if I turn that off. Yes. Cool. So we do that, and then something like that, maybe? Yeah. Connect those up like that, and this is just kind of awkward here now, but I think we might have to deal with it. Love your videos, thanks, Phoenix. Phoenix, I think. I'm really bad with names. Anybody who's been to it? Ooh, nice. That actually worked somehow. I'm very, very happy with that. All right. Yeah, but no, anybody who's been to my streams before knows I am very bad with the names. Entrance there. Oh, are you talking about like over here? Instead of a guardrail, maybe? Or over here? That's a good idea. So instead of the guardrail, we'll put more of these in. Apparently those guardrails aren't on a building, are they? Oh yeah, they are. Okay. Cool. All right, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, this makes more sense. Honestly, we could probably do this better anyway. Hold on. We'll get rid of that one. We'll get rid of, I think, that one. Nope, not that one. This one? Yep. This one. All right, so if we're running off of that assumption, we'll delete this and have to redo it, but it'll be fine. So we'll do it like this. Now that I know what you're talking about, this makes so much more sense. So this will be like that. Hopefully this will work. Still, it does. Okay, so now we'll just have to readjust this. Actually, before I do any of this, what I'm going to do is save the game. I haven't saved in a while. I know we have autosaves, but can't always count on those, so let's save our scenario here. All right. Is that person still taking a nap? I don't know. Let them take their nap. If there's one thing in life I've learned, it's never wake somebody up from their nap. this, and then this was not a 45-degree angle, was it? This one we don't need. We'll pull this one over. I guess. We'll have to fix this, but... This is where things get a little weird. Do something like that. We'll move this back. We don't really care because it's under the bridge. And then that works for me. I like that. Cool. Really good idea. Actually, I could probably just duplicate this, spin it around. Perfect. I thought this was going to be a little bit... I'm not going to say this is, like, easy now, but, like... I was kind of wondering how the pathing was going to work for this, but now that we got this laid out... I like this. You know, we have like little sidewalks with barriers for people. This is turning out to be really, really awesome. Some of the mulch down there. There are only 2 spawn points. We have 2 here. We have 2 in another bathroom hidden back here. And so people will walk from that way and now over this bridge. And then we're going to have another one over here. And then potentially something else over here. I'm not really sure how to work that in now that I'm looking at it. I was thinking of having some sort of like welcome center or something over here. But it's a little out of the way now. From like a realism standpoint, like if you were to enter here, I don't think you'd want to go over here. Although maybe we could do like a group ticket sales spot right here, and then have another bathroom. Have a spawn point and a car. I've had a couple people say that, but I don't think it would fit. Like these things are very strange. Like you see how tall they are. Like someone said something about putting one in a bus. That would have potentially worked, but it would have been really awkward because of the way the pathing would have to work for it. I like having them go into the bathrooms because it looks like they're just like disappearing. Then again, having like hundreds of people come out of the bathroom is also hilarious. So alright, so people could walk in there. I'm thinking we could maybe do another one of those over here. And then obviously this way. So I think for the most part, this is going to be the boundary of the parking lot. Turn snap back on. Why can I not put a path down? It's like the game's gotten frozen a couple times trying to adjust the height of the path. Something like that, where it'll just end over here. So yeah, this works. And then over here, we'll just do some nature work over, like throughout here. Maybe expand this lake a little bit. Put some more hills and then some fencing up. Because you don't want people walking down to the lake. If only it weren't so big. Yeah, it's more like, it's just, the spawn point's too tall. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I keep thinking, like, if I had to just do this on my own, I'd be so bored. I'm so happy you guys are here to, like, keep me company doing this. It's just... This is the most tedious stuff you can do in this game. Make a lake beach? It's not a bad thought. But then again, it's not like a spot where people are going to be going, you know? Boardwalk on the lake. Honestly, I think after this park is done, I feel like taking a shot at doing like a small boardwalk park would be really fun. Oh man, 3-hour mark just went by 15 minutes ago. This might be a longer stream than last time I streamed Planet Coaster. I think we went 4 hours last time, which is insane, but... Did I ever do anything stupid in school and think back, like, why did I do that? Or why was I like that? I was a pretty good kid in school. There were a couple things... Like, I didn't get in trouble much. So one time, I threw a pencil into the ceiling. You know how you can do that? You, like, throw a pencil and it sticks in the ceiling. One time I did that, like, right before the teacher walked in. And she's like, who threw that pencil in the ceiling? And I was like, I did. And they're like, no, you didn't. Who threw it? And I was like, I did. I'm like, oh. Like, they just didn't believe me because I'm not that kind of person, you know? The other thing that I did once and got in trouble for was this is bad. In the gym locker rooms, we had vending machines, and I was trying to put my arm up the vending machine and grab a soda, you know, without paying for it. And one of the football coaches walked in and was pissed, and then he turned me over to my gym teacher, who was... pretty nice guy, but he was like, all right, so you gonna do that again? I'm like, no. He's like, all right, I'm gonna let you off because you just don't do that kind of stuff and you're a good kid. And I was like, all right, that's fair. But yeah, so moral of the story, be a good kid, and then if you do something bad, A, they won't believe it's you, or B, you'll get away with it. Probably shouldn't be telling people to do that. What was my school population? I think my graduating class was like... I could be wrong, but like, I think it was almost 200. So there's not... It wasn't a huge school, but it wasn't like a tiny school. I broke a window once, so don't feel bad. That's funny. It's amazing what you can get away with as a senior, too. I had one of my buddies just... It was like the last week of school, and there was just like a stack of books sitting next to the window, and the dude just started throwing them out the window. So like the assistant principal came up, was like, who's throwing those books? And they're like, it was him. And he's like, is he a senior? Like, yeah. Then I don't care. I was like, what? Okay. They got snacks out with rulers the following week. Nothing was in reach. That's funny. Which is bad because, like, you're talking about those vending machines with, like, the coils, you know? And, like, the chips would, like, uncoil. When you get them all out, you're not going to buy them because the next time you buy something, it'll just spin and nothing will come out. So no one's going to waste the $1 to buy chips that they're not going to get. One time it was... Oh, God, what is this? It was really quiet in my class, and I farted so loud it was pretty embarrassing. That's good. You just gotta wear it, man. You just gotta own that. It's like, yep, that was me. All right. Anyway, this is going way better than I thought it was gonna go. Whew. The other reason I didn't want to do this for like a real video is I don't know what I would talk about for 20 minutes of doing this. You know? I mean, it's like I can only talk so much in these time-lapse videos. Probably be doing these a little bit more like this instead of duplicating those and syncing them into a post. Just try to eyeball it. There we go. Something like that. Of course, we'll probably end up fixing that, but there's a doubled up one of these somewhere that I don't think I'm gonna find. There it is. Oh my. I can't believe I actually found that. All right, anyway. You're using 4G LTE and 144p. Wow. Huh. Awkward silence there. Yeah, it was kind of really in focus trying to get that done. But all right, so that is that. You want to have a space for cars to turn up that way, and then this is just the rest of this is just lining all of this out. And then we're gonna have to go through and do. Actually, you know what? If we're gonna do all of this, we should do it like this. We're gonna have to go through and put in, or not put in, do all the smoothing and stuff for the terrain outside around the park, or around the parking lot. I think you'd want to, oh my. There's like a certain distance, if you get too far away, it's just pretty bad. Is that enough parking, do you think? I think it will be when we get to doing the rest of this. But we're gonna wanna put in a cut through this way. So if like you're missing, or if like this whole row's full, you want to be able to turn and go this way or something. Going to the grocery store? Gym? You're going to the gym? Oh, okay. Good luck. Have fun. And I will see you next time. All right. So I'm thinking, though, if we're going to do... we might want to move these over this way a little bit. Let's try that. I don't want to pull that out. I kind of want to get these in line. Actually, they are kind of in line already. Never mind. Huh. Must have been one of those optical illusions. I was installing a sign one time. In case you didn't know, I put in signs. I'm a sign person. I'm a sign guy. But, no, I was installing a sign one time, and this guy who was in charge of the manager of it was like a construction site. We're putting in a little sign. It's like, is that thing level? We're like, yep. It's like, oh, must be one of them optical solutions. And he like drove away real quick, and I was like, I can't tell if he was joking and didn't know it was an optical illusion, or if he was just, I just didn't understand. It was weird. So ever since then, I've been saying optical solution. I lied? Oh, okay. Alright, so I don't know why some of these are like displaying below the ground and some are not. It's very strange to me, but whatever. So that is that. I want to cut this as well. I will say that some of these songs are better than others. Some are very cartoonish, and others are actually well produced, but whatever. So we have our little lane up to here. I'm thinking we'll probably end the parking lot over here, and then maybe do another subset of parking over here. And we'll probably end the parking lot like right here. So we'll have some breathing room. Do you believe in magic? And if you do, look behind you. I'm too scared to look behind me. So, no. Do you ever want to punch somebody so hard because they drive so bad? I will say I have road raged before. Not like punched anybody, but like definitely exclaimed some things to myself about people who are dumb. People annoy me on the road. It's the people that don't think, you know? Like, it's the people that at an intersection will turn right instead of going straight. So if there's like a store that they want to get to on the right across the street, instead of driving straight and turning right into the parking lot, they'll turn right on the road and then try to turn left against traffic to get into a parking lot. And then you're behind them and have to wait for them to wait for all the other cars before they can turn. So you're sitting there like, why didn't you just go straight and make it easier on yourself to park? Those people drive me nuts. But, alright. So, this is pretty much it. We'll probably actually put a row of parking going the other direction over here just to cap this off. Maybe over here, too. But we're getting there. We're pretty much almost done with the parking lot, which is a relief. Why don't you make a parking garage? Someone actually said that earlier, but I'm worried about parking garages. I just feel like it'd be a lot of work for potentially not that much reward. Also, somebody said, who was it? Somebody did a parking garage, and it tanked their FPS, and it took them 8 episodes to do it. Alright, so that looks good. Looks good. The biggest thing about this is going to be we got to be real careful because we're right at the edge of the park boundary or the map boundary, but I think that'll work. And then we're gonna have to do a lot of smoothing over here, and this is gonna be kind of a sheer cliff, but yeah, we don't really want that texture. But before we do that, let's get one more row of single lane parking down here. Actually, we might do 2 more rows. Alright, so just try to line that up. Somewhere like that. Boom. There, that's good. And then, yeah, this is just going to get super weird over here. I wish we had a little bit more room to work with, but we don't, unfortunately. We have that, but then we have to do something with this, which is that is where the end of it is. So we're gonna have to do something to fix that at some point when we get to that. We'll do that, and then get this all organized. More Minecraft, yep. That is what we got going. Alright, so I don't know if we would put like a walkway around all of this or not. And guardrails to the base of the cliff? Yeah, we could do that at some point. I don't know if we want this here. I think we might just want a fence here, and then we can allow for some nature type area. And then as a fence, I don't know, we could do the guardrails over there would probably be a good thing to do. And then I'm thinking maybe like a chain link or something just to keep people away from the cliffside. Make a retaining wall? We might have to do that in some spots. But I'm going to try to smooth it out so it's more of a rolling hill than anything else. But I think retaining walls may have to be in order at some point. But this is just going to be kind of like a situation that we're going to have to deal with over here. So I wish we had tools like we have in City Skylines with, there's a really good terrain tool where you like right click up here and then you left click here and then drag up to that point and it makes a nice smooth hill. And I really wish we had that in this game, but we don't, unfortunately. So I'm just going to try to make something kind of smooth here. We're going to probably have to just repaint this all at some point anyway. I wish the smooth tool worked better too. This is kind of a very underwhelming smoothing tool that they give us. Like, it's not doing anything. It's just taking the sharp edges off of... Like, if I were to smooth out this, it's just going to take the sharp edges away from there. But it doesn't really smooth out to, like, the flatness of it, you know? Which is kind of annoying. Actually, a lot of this is going to get flattened out to, like, up here, I think. And, yeah, like, I don't know. Should we have a walkway over here, or should we just have a guardrail with a fence? Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like most people would just walk this way. So, like, if you get out here, you might walk over to here and then over there. I'm not really sure. It's kind of awkward. No, the terrain work is going to be just... yeah, it's just going to be a headache. And of course, we're just gonna fill this out with a lot of like trees and stuff too. So it's more of just getting a general shape than anything else. What's my favorite snack to eat? Ooh, that is a good question. Snack foods. I like goldfish a lot. And a snack that smiles back. So how can you not like it? But I don't know. Other than that, like pretzels, cookies, Snickers. Well, is that a snack food at this point? Like, have they marketed Snickers as a snack food now? I think they kind of have. Not when you're hungry. Oreos are good. I do like some Oreos. Those are Milk's favorite cookie. That's for sure. I've asked Milk multiple times, what's your favorite cookie? And it's always Oreos. That's why they put it on the packaging. I'm gonna try to taper this off as much as I can by just like chunking out sections here. I don't even know what we're gonna do over here. Despacito. Dank is back again. How did Despacito become a meme? By the way, I've been trying to figure this out for quite some time. I just don't get it. What are we doing now? We are still working. Well, we have pretty much the parking lot laid out now in terms of the lines and stuff. Just trying to work on getting this cliff not so cliffy. If that's a word. How did this happen? Hello? Path? Turn the intensity lower? Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, we'll worry about the terrain painting later. But we're gonna try to smooth this out. It's just a matter of getting some ridges started there, and then we can take the pull tool and just start doing like this, pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling and all that kind of fun stuff. I gotta go again. Bye. Okay, bye. What is happening? Okay. I tried to pull or push that, and it was pulling it. So there we go. Yeah, we're gonna have to... Actually, you know what? We'll probably just have to go through with our flattening tool again and get all of that uncovered now. Just around the foot of this. I'm trying to... This is like the worst. Like, I wish the smoothing tool would do its job properly here. But, like, look at how it doesn't do anything. It just kind of rounds off the edges. It's not pulling, like, the median between all this. It's just very annoying. When I was playing Planet Coaster, I could not get the train outside the boundaries. Yeah, we're working in the scenario editor right now. So you have to, like, kick over to the scenario editor, and then you're allowed to move the boundaries of the park, and then you can edit outside of your park boundaries. Because you're trying it, like, the tool is meant to allow you to make new scenarios for people, so you need to be able to edit outside of the park. Oh, autosave, I think? Yep. So that's looking better. Less sheer cliff. It's still looking kind of leveled, so we're gonna have to do a lot of work to get this to work or look right, which kind of is annoying, but it is what it is. Whew. Man, oh man. Imagine if you parked by a cliff and got destroyed by a landslide? Yeah, well, everybody who parks in our parking lot has to sign a waiver. That's just how we're going to do it. Do you want to pay the extra for the cliffside insurance plan? Man, this is fun. Isn't it fun? This is a good time to mention that you guys can join with the premium channel memberships. $5 a month gets you the Rocky emote and a sub badge next to your name in the comments and live chat. Actually get a pretty decent chunk of that as well, so it's just a way to support the channel. Sellout Sunday. Sellout Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday still, right? Super chats and tips are also enabled for the stream. Also, check out the Teespring store if you want to buy a shirt. You can get the Cedar Flags logo. You can get the Gravity Mod logos on a shirt. Alpine River Rush logo is pretty cool as well. All of these are on mugs. Flying trees. Yup. We'll get rid of those at some point, I assume. Unless I forget altogether. And then we just got flying trees as an Easter egg for the park. This is looking better. It looks like we just like quarried out an area for a parking lot, which is fine, but it's a little too geometric, I think, in spots like over here. Then again, we'll put some trees down that aren't flying, and we'll make it look good. I'm supposed to be doing homework right now, but priority. Yup. That is my kind of attitude. You know what I could do is flatten the surface and hope for the best. So yeah, this tool is here, it's available, but it is very, very finicky and annoying to try to get correct. But it could help us try to differentiate a little bit between some of these ridge lines that we have. They're like glacial grooves almost. Waterfall. I think we're okay with waterfalls for now out here, at least. There's no water over here. Cedar Point? No, it is Cedar Flags. It's like Cedar Point, but a little bit different. No, it's actually not like Cedar Point at all. Other than the fact that it's an amusement park? Close enough. Sure. And then I guess we'll take the roughen tool and like just roughen some of this up, and then we'll take the smooth tool and like smoothen some of it up. And I think adding trees here and there is going to be better, and then deleting those trees over there is also going to make this better. So and then of course we need to flatten. We're gonna flatten it to the asphalt. Selected. Just make sure this is all flat. When do I eat lunch? That is a good question. I woke up and I had a Pop-Tart. Like, I didn't even finish my second Pop-Tart, and then I started the stream. So I am getting kind of hungry now. I'm not gonna lie. So I think we are in the waning moments of the stream. But you know what? Honestly, I think we may do another stream to finish out doing this at some point. Probably, we could do it tomorrow, like later tomorrow. I don't know, how many of you guys are from like the EU, like European? Well, I guess you probably knew what that meant already, but yeah. How many people we got in chat from EU? Because I try to stream earlier in the day for you guys. But then again, I look at my YouTube analytics and there's like, a lot of people are from the US. So a lot of my traffic's from the US. I've noticed a lot of the Planet Coaster lovers out there are from the EU. So it's like, trying to make it more accessible for you guys. This time is great for EU, like right now, like 3 o'clock in my time, which is what, like 8-ish for you guys, I think? Or are you talking about the early time? Like, I think the start time was probably pretty good today. So that asphalt actually adds a lot of depth to that color. Is okay, it's 8 p.m. I don't know, would you want to stream starting at like an 8 p.m. though? I feel like you'd want the stream kind of going by... Actually, 8 p.m. is pretty good, I guess. So you're like winding down for the day, you can watch a few hours of this and then go to bed, right? We do need the smooth happening over here as well. This was perfect. Yeah, this seems to work pretty well. For pretty much everybody. Well, I know a lot of... I don't care what time. That's fair. The St. Croix... How do you spell that? Yeah, how do you say that? St. Croix? It's Virgin Islands. Wow, interesting. That's cool. Why I do this? All right. What should we do? I'm wondering, maybe we should just wind it here, like wind it down now, and then get back to it tomorrow at some point. The only problem that I have with tomorrow, saying crow? I don't know, I don't do French. But no, the only problem with tomorrow is I'd probably have to start a little later, so I'd probably have to start almost too late for a lot of you guys. So I'm thinking like probably around 5 p.m. my time, I would think. Which is 2 hours from now. So for you guys, it'd be like 10 p.m. for the European folk. Still do the parking lot. Tomorrow or the next stream, I can't tell. Maybe tomorrow. We'll finish up the parking lot and the nature work around it. So we got a lot of just placing trees down and just still doing a little bit of smoothing on the terrain. And then, like, we'd have to finish this at some point too. That's a lot of just tedious placing lines down. Yeah, this is looking good so far. So I know, like, Geekism, he'll stream a lot, but I never catch it because he streams on European time, which is too early for me. So, like, usually he streams during the week, and I can't watch it because I'm at work, and he only streams a few hours, so it's like, I'm just kind of out of luck, but I don't know. So yeah, I think tomorrow, if I stream, it'll be starting around this time. I don't think I'd even set up an event for it on the YouTube scheduler thing. I'd probably just kick on live and we'll just kind of go with it. But if not, I might have to do it during the week, or we could just save all of this work for next weekend, which would be interesting. I wonder if, you know what I could maybe do? I'm wondering if I could start recording throughout the week and do some work over here and get a video together while saving this for next weekend. I think I could do that. Please no next weekend? What does that mean? Every Thursday, 1800 to 2100. So that's on your guys' time, so that's early for me. That's like, what is that? 1 o'clock p.m. for me, so I'm at work when he's streaming. Don't do it next weekend? What's next weekend? Please don't do it next weekend. Oh boy. Oh, actually one of these weekends, I don't think I can do next weekend, to be honest. I'd have to do it throughout the week at some point here. I could probably do tomorrow, but it'd be a little later. So if you guys are cool with that, I'll try to do some tomorrow. It might be unfortunate. Some of you guys might not be able to make it, but I guess we'll see what happens, you know. It might be better for the US folks too. I know a lot of people a lot of my viewers on Twitch like to watch Sunday streams because they're kind of chill. You know, you can just wind down and finish out your weekend just hanging out. Could Twitch it perhaps? Like what, for the next stream? I don't know. I like the YouTube stream because there are a lot of people that show up for it. Man, that looks so good. But yeah, we have a lot of just menial stuff to do. A lot of little tiny things to do here and there. And then we'll get into, like, I'm not even sure what the next video is going to be, if I'm being honest with you. I think we still need to do the maintenance building over here. we want to do some sort of restaurant down here and some more building or some more rides, and then definitely want to get into flat rides some more. And then after a couple of those are down, I think we're going to end up going and doing like a suspended coaster. I am a Roblox player. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, let me... Yeah, I guess first let me save. Yeah, we're going to wind down here. I'm actually starving now that I'm thinking about it. I forgot. I've been streaming for 4 hours. 4 hours seems like the mark where I'm just like, I get a little tired out. But yeah, I'm thinking that if I stream tomorrow, it'll be a little later in the day, probably starting around this time, or maybe in an hour or so. We're going to... What? Yeah, so yeah. If you don't follow me on Twitter, do that. Like, the description of this stream, you can get my Twitter address, or you can just go to the Twitter/DeekFTW. Follow me there, because I will announce what's going on when we figure that out tomorrow. And then you guys can figure out if I'm streaming and hop in. Or you could just check your YouTube sub box and figure that out there. But yeah, this was awesome, guys. I really enjoy streaming with you guys in the chat. You guys are awesome. I'm going to run an ad. I've never done this before on stream, but I'm going to play an ad and see what happens there. But yeah, so guys, follow me on Twitter. Look out for a stream tomorrow. If not, maybe throughout the week. And I don't think next weekend's going to be a stream. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the sponsorships. Thanks for the donations. I do want some nachos, that is for sure. But yes, I will catch you guys next time.